Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're attacking us, Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button. Get that bell notification on too so you don't miss out on the next episode of Fort Prairie, an Alberta themed city. Last time we were here in the city, we started building up the downtown core. We started focusing on what the max height level of our city is going to be, and then we're going to start working around that. And in Monday's video, we started planning the metro out. Now, the reason why I mentioned that is because I'm actually going to do a bit of a revision to what I did on Monday's video. Now that we have the downtown planned out and the location where we have the downtown planned out, I just want to make a small tweak to it. Now, I do pre-record ahead of time, so each week's episodes I record the weekend before, and then they come out one at a time throughout the week. So I haven't, at this time when I'm recording this, I haven't seen any of your comments about the metro system or the downtown core yet. So just wary of that. If you see something that you're like, oh, I made a really good suggestion there, but Steve, why didn't you do that? Well, it's because I haven't seen your comment yet at the time I'm recording. So keep that in mind. And another thing I want to mention is our City Skylines multiplayer series is starting up in a few weeks, and I wanted to let you know of that timing because I am going to be leading things off with that series. I'm going to be starting out our new city on the beautiful map made by Corinna. And another thing to keep in mind is we are going to be opening up a Discord as well, which, keep your eyes out in the description. I'm going to pin a comment if the Discord is open. And it is a Discord with myself and the 5 other builders. We have a shared Discord. It's going to be kind of like a hub for the 6 of us, City Skylines content, other gaming content. It's going to be an amazing experience. So please join our Discord with the link, which you'll see maybe in today's video. I don't know. But relatively soon. Keep an eye out for that. It's going to be a time. And hey, I like sports. If you want to talk sports, I got a sports channel in there. So looking forward to chatting about anything and everything in there. So without further ado, though, let's hop out and continue with Fort Prairie. And hey, oh, that was great timing. So we were right here in that last little shot. This is the Arena District. This is a good little metro hub, and I'm very pleased with how this turned out. And it is right beside our downtown core. So this is an IT cluster mixed with some high-tech residential buildings and some modern city center, which really creates kind of the look of a city that has gone through some boom and bust cycles like any city in Alberta with an oil-driven economy. So we have some older style buildings, especially over here, mixed with some new giant office towers, which are probably like half empty. So, yeah, this is going to be the max height we're going to go with the city. This doesn't mean this is going to be the only density we're going to do, but I wanted to get these IT cluster office buildings right in here because this is as high as I want to go. So that means this is a small city, as I've mentioned before. So I'm not going to do anything crazy, but like this building, no, not going to make it. It doesn't make the height cut. It's too tall. So the high interest office tower will stay in Brockton County. And this one, it does make the cut. It's just below, but I think we might have to make a little bit of a campus out of that building because it's a bit too big for kind of the feel of this area. So yeah, this isn't going to be the only area of high density. I'm thinking of, getting a pocket of high density out over here, closer to the university area. We're going to extend out over into here as well, but this is going to be the downtown core in quotation marks. We also got our city hall, which is actually a building that we used in a previous episode, our previous series, to indicate the provincial parliament, but I really like the look of this building. It kind of reminds me of a lot of city halls, especially government buildings in the Prairie provinces and Prairie states as well, especially that dome structure. So I'm really pleased with how that turned out. So I teased that we were going to do a bit of a metro revision, so we'll start with that, and then we'll dive into getting maybe some road planning in. I'm thinking about putting a bus hub over here. I don't know if that's going to make the cut today. And I also want to start expanding outwards from our downtown core placement. So without further ado, let's hop in and take a look at what I want to revise. So here is our metro system at the time being. It goes all the way from the campus area. It's going to swing, it swings into downtown, and then it's going to swing out into the greater, wider world where we have our airport in the future. So that is what we had. And then we also had a line that goes from the train station up to the Arena District, into Greenberg, around the trains, into Prairie Station, and then out into the wider world, which we haven't done yet. We're focusing on the subterranean aspect of the metro this week, and then this is going to be the only subterranean metros that we're going to do in the entire series. Everything else is going to be above ground. So what am I trying to revise? Well, we have our downtown core, but there is no metro through it. Bit of an oversight. So I want to make sure that we get that. We get a metro stop in the downtown core itself. Now the Arena District is pretty close. The train station hub is kind of close, so it's probably fine. But we should probably, for realism, we should probably get a metro down in here. And if you're wondering what this bus line is, if you recall at the end of Wednesday's episode, we were having trouble keeping this office condo building. It didn't have enough services, so I was trying everything, and it looks like it was just crying out for a bus. So I just tested it out and I put a bus in there. It's not gonna stay. It was just to make sure that the building was gonna survive for once. Okay, so what is the plan? Well, the plan is we're gonna cut this line. We're then gonna bring that line from here, slide it right down into the downtown hub. Then it's gonna connect into here and then go into the university. So then that cuts this out. So what does that mean for the rest of it? Well, let's just cut it off for now. Let's play pause for a little bit. So that means this line's going to come from here. What's going to happen with this? Well, this line is going to get destroyed. Okay, well, if I can actually delete it. Oh, okay, we're almost there. There we go. So that line's going to get destroyed. So what's going to happen? Well, we're going to connect up the campus with the downtown. It's going to swing right through the downtown. It's going to come all the way up to Greenberg. And that means that the campus area is going to be directly connected with a lot of the suburbs. So what's going to happen with the train station metro and this metro? Well, we're going to swing this one down into here. We're going to stop right here, and then a stop over here. And then this one is still going to swing out into the airport. So the airport's going to be directly connected with the metro to the train station. But, the rest of the area is also pretty connected as well, because we're kind of playing with the idea that this metro stop and the train station are connected subterraneally. So what is that going to mean for this line? Well, we're going to have a stop here, here, and here. But why not connect it up to a bus hub? So we have a couple options for a bus hub. And, we really need a bus hub in the city. We should probably get some intercity buses, although I'm a little bit wary of intercity buses because of the issues that it caused in Brockton County. But bus hubs should probably be close to the highway. I'm also thinking about getting a rapid bus network that goes alongside the highway into our bus hub over here, where we're going to get lots of buses from smaller towns running into here. So in a way, it's going to work out. It's close to the highway. It's going to have its own rapid network. We could also connect a tram. I'm thinking about getting a tram that goes in front of City Hall here. I'm thinking about making this mainly a park. And then we'll have a tram run right through the middle. And then it can connect up into the bus hub. And maybe we can look at a couple tram lines as well, but that is above ground transit. I know the bus is too, but maybe we can save that for a future episode and we can focus on the metro. So I've talked a lot, haven't done a lot of building. So Stephen, what are we going to be doing right here? Well, one of these buildings needs to be sacrificed in the front. I really like this building. I think this building suits the area really well. It looks like an older building that was added onto, especially because it looks a lot like some of these modern city center buildings. So I think aesthetically, this one survives. This one, I don't love how it connects along the ground here with the parking lots and everything like that, but the height is is very good. I really like that building for height. So that leaves this one or this one, and unfortunately, I think the Blunder Industries is going to be the one that's going to fall. So let's delete it, and it leaves us with just a perfect space for the metro. So let's just go underground really quickly. And what's going to kind of happen? Well, we're going to place ourselves right in here, and we have just enough space to do our curves for the metro lines. So here we are. Let's make sure we're in the tunnel mode, and let's go with clean curves. Let's make sure we have our guidelines on as well. That would be helpful. There we go. And then this one, we're just going to try to do something a bit different. I think we'll probably swing outwards like this, and then we'll connect in. Try to make it as clean as possible. Go with a nice clean curve at this point. And there we go. So our future campus will be connected directly into the suburbs, and maybe we can get a stop out over here or something like that. Maybe we'll have a stop on this side or something, but that is for the future. Let's just really quickly go into here and just delete our lines so that we don't get any confusion. Let's sim it really quickly so everyone freaks out, and then we'll pause it again. We'll run that line into the downtown core, by the hockey arena, past one or two future stops, into Greenberg, across the train station, which maybe we could get another stop over here, to the train station and Prairie Station, over into here, out to the wider world, and back. Oh, so there we go. And then back all the way over into Greenberg again. I'm trying to do it, as elevated as possible so we can all see what's going on. But that works. Back into the downtown and complete the line for now. Okay, so that's one line, Stephen. What about the other line? Well, we said we were going to get a metro stop over on this side. So what's this area going to be? Well, it's probably going to become a bit of a gentrified area. We have a bit of a commercial zone over here, so I'm thinking we get it on this side. It is part of a couplet, which I'm okay with. We have this metro line on this couplet, so why don't we put it right over here? I think that gives us enough space in between the stations, so we'll put it right there. Pretty simple enough. We could actually go with a bit of a more modern one, although I think this would probably have been the first metro line in the city. Just thinking really quickly. Yeah, I mean, I don't see us having to upgrade this one in the this specific metro in the future, so I don't really mind going with something like this. Do we need to make this street larger though? We might. This is a pretty major road. It connects up with another major road. Why don't we make it the same road as this one, which I've renamed Alberta Boulevard. All right, that works. And then we have enough lanes so that we can go forward into the couplet, and then we have enough lanes that we can turn in both directions. I actually think we should revise this into something like this. I think that's going to work for now. Okay, so let's just do a quick little dedicated lanes, just like that. I think that should work. We have enough lanes for everyone. All right, and then let's get that metro stop in. So I like using these ones as much as possible because they really do look nice. It kind of gives you the reason to create a bit of a hub as well. This isn't a part of any zoning. This is a part of the second enlargement of Fort Prairie. If we look at our grid network from up top here, we have our original grid. This is the second one, so maybe there were some decrepit buildings that the city bought up. So we need to definitely play into that and get some older style brick buildings around here. But I do like these metro stops as well. It's just going to take a bit of finagling around just to kind of clean up the concrete. We'll get a little bit of a park around here, maybe some walking paths, but that is for the future. And let us oh, that's not what we need to do. Here we go, metro. And basically just do that. Okay, and then pretty much just go freeform. Like that, and then this one, we're going to go, like we mentioned before, we're going to go under city property. And out into the water world eventually. We'll see where we end up, how we bridge across here. That is for the future. So let's get that line in now. And we'll go from here to here to here and back for now. Nothing fancy, but I guess what's going to happen is we're going to have a stop right here and a metro stop, and then we'll probably elevate somehow and go out in this direction into the suburbs, because I think the campus line is the one that's going to go into this subdivision. The campus line is going to go here, so then this bus hub line is going to go out over into, you know, this part of the map. Okay, so that works. Bit of a good little revision there. Hopefully that all works out. And should we get going on the bus, or should we start looking at growing up the city a little bit? We have a ton of residential demand. What is our unemployment at? 3%. Let's get some unique buildings and some residential done. Let's start zoning up this area over here. Start filling it out a little bit. I think that's probably good. And if we hit up some unique buildings along the way, that works with me. So let's focus on this block right here, between Layton Boulevard and Alberta Street, as well as Lake Street. I don't like Lake Street. Let me know if you'd like to name it. Lake Street goes all the way out to here, although it doesn't actually. So let's just actually kind of show where that road is going to go. So this one's going to go all the way out to here. Oh, never mind. Okay, so we'll have Lake Street go out to here. So then we have a different road, or maybe we could end it right here. Maybe they revised the road networks. And then this one goes all the way out to here. So if you'd like to rename Lake Street, let me know. The same with Broad Street. Actually, Broad Street's pretty good. Okay, so let's look at this. And we said we needed some like brick buildings for this area, right? So there actually is a really nice set of brick buildings in here, in the content creator pack. If you go out into like this area, we got some small office buildings. They're a little bit more like edge of city kind of feel. This one I like. It's a bit more concrete-y than I was thinking. This one as well, I think you could create like a really cool government office building with it, but this one is pretty nice. Like it. Doesn't really go with the theme of decrepit, like an area where there's some old decrepit buildings. This one though, I really like the idea of this one being on a corner. What is this one called? Downtown Hotel. Maybe it does actually work pretty well with Modern City Center. So why don't we look at getting this one over here? Actually, that's pretty nice. Kind of goes alongside the City Hall, or we could go over here as well. That one, this could play really nice right in here. How much does it cost? Nice. Okay, let's put this one right here. Yeah, that looks really nice. Downtown Hotel. It's got parking. Okay, so we don't even really need to worry about that, although we will build a road around it. But we don't need to like actually build out parking, so that is good to know. So what we'll do is we'll just bring this over, it looks like it doesn't exactly line up. So I wonder if we can... Oh, is that parking right there? That is the parking, okay. Good to know. So why don't we build this road along the backside here. Bring it out to about here. And then what I'll do is I'll just pull the building back on an angle so that it stays relatively equal, but that we don't have such a crazy like space difference here. Then what we could do is we could connect these two roads together, or we could just end it. And I like the idea of breaking the grid as much as possible, making it as inefficient as possible as well. It's kind of sticks with the theme. Now, is there any other of those buildings that would really kind of work in this area? And I do like this one. This one works pretty good over here. Kind of goes with the idea of, you know, some of the older style office buildings. Let me get that in there. I know this is the tourism zone we're building in, city center, but if we take a quick peek at the districts, yeah, so this one is not in the tourism district, okay, but this one is. Makes sense to have the hotel right there. And then this was also in city center. Okay, so I think we'll be able to get some nice modern city center buildings right in here, which is good. But let's get a couple things through here, which will help out with the look. So what we're going to do is we're just going to turn anarchy on as well. Just get a path right like that. Oop, sorry, I meant to do this one. There we go. And then I'm just going to move it over just so that it grabs the rest of that concrete. So we're in the shade over here, but I think this is exactly what I'm kind of looking for. So I'll make these ones historical. And I think the brick really kind of helps out here. All right, and then we'll get concrete to fill in the rest of it. And yes, I know I use a lot of concrete, but you know, Midwest cities do too. Okay, I think that area looks really nice. But we didn't actually end up doing anything with this. So let's go back to here and let's check the district. It is just in a normal district. So, you know, that didn't actually play out the way I was really expecting it to. I thought we would definitely get a building or two out in this area. But I don't think I like that building there in the end. These ones are too large. And I guess what we'll have to do is we'll go for just maybe some high density residential. I think that could work out. If we go something like that. And then right through here we'll go low density commercial right here. We're gonna have a bit of a break right here, so why don't we just do that. Then we'll go back to high density residential. Okay, so let's run a couple paths. Let's start off with this one. Let's turn off our guidelines. And if we need to, you know what, I think we're gonna just get rid of those. We might need to get rid of that, which means we're gonna revise this into an office building. And then right here, let's go with a path like this. Okay, and we're playing pause because if we were to just, you know, let it go, what would happen is we would definitely lose our zoning all the time. So let's just revise this one to one with no trees, and we'll just straighten it out so that it just fits perfectly over the concrete of the metro. Same with this one. So it goes right there. This one will pull out a little bit. And, you know, I don't mind that tree, but since, to keep some consistency, let's go with the chestnut tree maybe. Alright, so we'll let this come up. Oh, nice, we're getting an office building. That's good. And then over on this side, we need some paths as well. So let's go with this one again. I'm going to try and lean towards the metro so that we don't mess up the zoning too much. We'll do that, and then I'll have another little connection here. Now we are using Anarchy to do this. Otherwise, you probably would not be able to do it. Probably. You definitely wouldn't be able to do it in vanilla. Alright, so we'll bring this one out to about here. There we go. We'll see what kind of buildings we get. You know, I don't mind that office building. Maybe residential isn't the right idea for this. Maybe we stick with kind of office feel, because I do kind of like that. Okay, we'll go with offices, and we really need to start zoning some residential as well. So let's just zone this up with residential, this whole block. It's going to really help out. And I think we could get some high density residential over here. Let's take a quick peek at Fort Prairie itself, Fort Prairie proper, because I'm thinking I might put a high-rise ban on Fort Prairie proper. If we take a look at its district, what does it encompass? It encompasses none of our super tall buildings. That is good to know. Okay, yeah, so I will put a high-rise ban on here. Now, I recognize that we're not going to make as much money, but I think what it's going to do is it's going to create a better feel for what we're kind of going for. So high-rise ban, we'll leave it on for now. And we lost our office building, but this one's perfect. I'm going to pause it. That is a perfect height. Same with these ones. I do like this. Not the biggest fan of kind of repeating though. So let's get rid of those two. And we'll just kind of wait it out. Why don't we add a tree or two in here? That is always nice. And we'll go with the chestnut tree. Okay, again, we've got the same thing. Oh, but we just lost the other one into a modern building. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of that, so why don't we start picking and choosing our office buildings. So 3, well, it doesn't need to, sorry, it needs to be by 3. It doesn't really matter what these ones are. Okay. That is an option. I'm not the biggest fan of that one. I don't think that really fits. Now this one could be interesting. Yeah, I'm being a little picky, aren't I? Okay, I kind of like the idea of going with a modern building as well, though. But we're trying to make... no, let's do this one, okay. And then we'll go with this older style one that we chose earlier. This one right beside it. I think that could look nice. And then we need a 2x3. Or nothing at all. Wait for those to pop up and then we'll kind of check up on it. We could go with like a commercial building there instead. See how that looks together. I think that gets kind of the vibe across. A little tricky to see with the sun though on that side. Okay, well this one definitely not. So let's just choose our commercial building as well. So we need a 2x3 commercial. And we could go with something a little nicer. Could go with a diner. That could work. Or a restaurant. Let's go with this restaurant. Or a neighborhood shop, really, apparently. Okay, and then we'll let these ones kind of just grow up naturally. Yeah, you know what? I don't really mind that. I don't like this one, though. So we will delete this one. And why don't we get another mix kind of use in here? So we'll get a bit of a, you know, condo. These ones are really good. So this one is kind of a repeat of this one, but I think it kind of gives the right feel to it. Same with this one. Looks like a bit more of a modern building. And then we have this small, you know, residential building. You know, I kind of like that. I think it looks out of place, but it looks like a building that probably used to be here. Should we keep that, or should we go with something different? So let's take a quick peek at some 2x2s. This one or this one, really? I think this one fits a bit better, so we'll delete it and we'll add this one in. And there we go. And I don't really mind what goes in here. Or what we could do is remove this and get a path. I think that makes sense. All right, that looks good to me. Looks like things are, you know, chug-a-lugging along. So I think right here what we're gonna do is probably extend this road so that we have a bit of mirrored action going on. But then right here we're not gonna be able to do that. So what we'll do is we'll grab this 4-lane road and we'll run this 4-lane road through here. Oh no, I just deleted that, didn't I? Okay, let's fix that really quickly. Okay, and then we had one that went right from here over like that. All right, so it looks good. So what else do we need in the downtown core? Well, I know we need a hospital because we were talking about that before. So why don't we pick and choose our hospital location? Now, I've been doing some thinking about that, and we have this hospital, which is a really nice looking building. It fits perfectly right in here. Something to think about. But what I was thinking is this looks like a new hospital, right? Like a hospital that was built relatively recently. So why don't we go with an older style hospital in the downtown core, and then we'll get a newer, larger hospital somewhere over here or something like that by the highway, closer to some new developments. So why don't we kind of see how this is gonna act? I mean, healthcare is pretty good throughout this downtown core, but it's not going to be like that forever. So we could kind of choose a location, probably somewhere. Well, at that point, we might as well just get one. Okay, so why don't we skip the hospital for now, go through some more buildings, some more unique buildings, and we'll see what else I want to get in right away. Plazas and stuff, I think we can just kind of add in as we see fit. Like right in here, we have this little road, square out area. We said this was going to be a bit of a transit hub. I'm thinking trams right through it might be nice, but it kind of leaves this area open for, you know, a plaza or two. So why don't we take a look at some of these plazas? The Lazarette Plaza is very nice. The Statue of Shopping, I think we can put in a different location. This one also is very nice. Yeah, those ones are okay. We have these park ones. So I think the Lazarette Plaza is the one that really works the best. So let's place this down and let's just try to line it up perfectly. I think the coloring also works really nicely with this as well. Yeah, there we go. Let's go into first person. Yeah, look at that. Cool. All right, so we got that in place. And now we can kind of like, you know, decorate along the side. So I know people can walk down along the outside, so we can kind of add onto that with these concrete paths. Kind of get like a path that goes right through here. Down the middle. Something like that. And then what we can do is we could, you know, decorate with some planters. That would be nice. I think planters kind of make sense. Let's go with the thicker ones. Oh, I like this. Okay, so let's get... I'm not the best detailer, but if we just plop this one right here, try to keep the same angles. There we go. And then we try to line up the other side. There we go. I think that looks nice. Probably not perfect, but that's okay with me. Okay, there we go. And then why don't we get some like large oak trees? Since we're using these oak trees over here, why don't we get some of them in this area? Just like that. And then why don't we use the BOB mod and change up this tree? So we have this tree over here, tree variant 2. Why don't we try and get like the young linden or something like that? I think that might look nice. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Okay, cool. That helps spruce up the place as well. Now, should we be adding more parking in? That's something that I'm always concerned about. Over in here, government building, kind of makes sense that there would be some more parking, wouldn't there? This would be a nice spot to get some parking. Oftentimes you see in these cities just like open air parking lots. And I mean, I think when we do a bit more work out with the train station, there'll be a lot of parking, so maybe we can kind of co-op some of that. Now, what if we go look at some of our parking garages? It's like this one. This one kind of works right here. Looks like we line this up right here too. Could be nice. Nice in a way that is thematic. I don't know if it's nice in reality. We could go right behind as well. That could be nice, but then we're right on Empire Street. So why don't we look at trying to get it on Scott Street instead? But then we're a bit far away from the government building, but that makes sense, right? We could, yeah, no, I think if we're gonna get it, it's gotta be here or here. I think we'll go right here. Although that's right on the couplet, right? Okay, so we'll do it right over here. We're gonna plop it down, then we're gonna use move it. This is gonna be a big player with this building. I think we're gonna need to change this road actually from a tree-lined one to a non-tree lined one. So we'll check that up first. So we need to go into here and we'll just upgrade that like so. Yeah, that works. And then we'll just, you know, fix that up. Okay. So I think the biggest issue is going to be over here. Now, let's make sure that we get this in a spot where we're not over top of the road. And now, is it going to be fine for this side? No, we're not. But if we lower it into the ground, we're right on the road. That means we can't do the sidewalk. There's no sidewalk room. So I guess it doesn't really work here. We could move it up here though. And if we go on this side, we're gonna run into the same issue, right? So let's see how this works out over in here then. Even though we said it's on the couplet, don't want to do it here, but let's just see. So I'm lowering it into the ground so we kind of get rid of that bump. And we could go there. Why don't I flip it around so that the circle part of it, the circular part of it, is on the other side. So it's like this. Okay. I'm gonna try to line it up with the intersection. Yeah, that works. Alright, so it looks like we do need a road right here for it. And I guess our best bet's probably to come from this one. This one's probably going to be the slowest of the roads. So we'll go into a 1-unit, 2-way road. And we need it to be right there, I guess. Let's turn on our guidelines, because I don't think I want to connect it up to this road, but I want to bring it... I mean, all we really need is it to be up to here. But maybe we bring it all the way over. Yeah, let's do that. Just like so. Yeah, that works out great. It gives us a bit more room on the sidewalk as well. So we can bring it back a little bit like that. Alright, and then you know what it is? It's pavement time. Bring in the pavement. It is a parking garage after all. So I think you know, pavement is deserved along Vermont Street. Okay, yeah, that looks very thematic. Now I believe the district that is in the tourism district. So why don't we look at getting some tourism buildings in place, and that would first involve high density commercial. So I think we can just kind of let that play out. Yeah, okay, that works. And then this gives us space to do some high density residential on this side. This is an office building. I think we could either connect this road. I wonder if we could go with a smaller looking road. So that would be a road with no parking. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit nicer. And then what we'll do is we'll bring this one right across. Oh, what building is this? City office building. Okay. Whew. And let's... What building is this? Downtown Hotel. Okay. Just making sure I didn't accidentally place a building that I didn't want to. So I think what we'll do is we'll pave this in as well. Looks a bit funky because of the terrain we're on. So why don't we try and do something a bit different? So what we'll do here is we'll go with some of these ones. I wonder what happens. No, let's go right against the sidewalk. Okay, a bit more over. Hopefully that makes it look a little bit nicer. Why don't we get some of these smaller trees in as well? Okay, and then this gives us some space to do some high density residential right through here. Hopefully that gives us enough space to kind of play with some things. Okay, looks like there's some zoning issues over here, so why don't I try to do that? Nope. Okay, so what's going to have to happen is I'm going to try to play with the zoning here. There we go, we got it back. Alright, so I'm thinking we'll continue this road. Oops. Right through here like that. And that gives us some nice zoning opportunities for residential. Yeah, you know, I like that. Although on this side, I think we might change it up a little bit. And we'll go with some office on this end and some low density commercial right here. Could even mix it up a bit more. Oops. Just throw that back. Okay, we'll let this all come up. I left that space there so we could get a path in afterwards. And yeah, look at this tourism stuff. Yeah, very cool. Okay, I like the mixed heights as well. Not too much going on. But this gives us a nice opportunity to just blend it all together. And I think we could be a bit picky and choosy with some things. But I like these hotels. I really like this hotel. And this one. I think they look very realistic. So we'll keep those ones. And where does that district go? It goes all the way in here, which we have decided is going to be a park instead. So let's just make this a park. Maybe we could make this whole area a park. Can include that. Can include this. Let's just include the building as well. So then I think we should change up the district. So, oops. Let's make this, put this back into, oh no. This is Modern City Center. Okay. This is the tourism district. You know what, why don't I just play it safe? Bring in Modern City Center into here. That is IT cluster. Okay, and then I want to bring the tourism district over into here. I think that makes sense. And why don't I actually bring it right out like that? Because I was thinking of getting the observation tower, and I was trying to find a spot for it. In Calgary they have something like this as well, and I was thinking by the train station would be a nice kind of spot for it, wouldn't it? Kind of right beside the old clock tower as well, so I think it could, you know, maybe have a bit of a play off of that. And I think it fits so perfectly here. How could I not put it here? So I think if we kind of just leave it as like that, I mean, it looks awesome. I know there's parking along here, which kind of bugs me, but you know what we can do is we can go into the BOB mod and remove the bushes and stuff and the trees. So that it's you know, very simple. We could also remove some of the hedges as well. I think that would make sense for this situation. I don't know what they're called. Plant pot. Oh, they're okay. Why did I click that? Hedge. Oh, there we go. Let's remove them. Yeah, there we go. Then this gives us an opportunity to get like an access road in here. So let's get the 1 unit one, and we'll have a road running right here, and it'll probably have like a sign on it that says employee access only or something like that, and then we can run this road right beside it. Let's just grab it with move it. Why don't we go with the industry road? Actually, I think that would make a little bit more sense. Right, and then let's grab this with move it, just these two, and then we're just gonna pull it back to about here. There we go. Let's go into traffic manager, and what I'll do here is I'll just remove the crosswalks can put this at yield. Oops, I thought I got rid of the crosswalk. There we go. Okay, and then we can pave in the rest because concrete is the name of the game. Apparently. Okay, so let's try and get this to the same height as the train station. Let's see if that kind of improves things. It kind of hides that door right there. So why don't we try and bring it up to this height? Then we get that funkiness happening over there, right? So let's try and bring this up to this height. Ah, but then we lose some of the uniqueness. Oh, okay, come on, undo. Alright, so I think what we'll have to do is probably just try to find a bit of a middle ground here with this. And I think that works out fine. Alright, so, you know, the observation tower is definitely going to be the tallest thing. But that's the point of it, right? It's, you know, it's a radio tower. It has, you know, lightning rod on the top. And it's away from the downtown core a little bit. We'll get some height over here. I think that plays out really nicely. I like the two towers together. That's really fun. Okay, well, I think that's going to have to be it for today, folks. Oh, the church. You know what? I did have a spot lined up for the church, and it was right in here. So I think we'll have to just call a bit of a revision. Oops. Of these buildings. Because I really wanted to get an old-timey church in here. Because I think this would be a proper location for it too, right? So here's the grids again. So here's the original grid, and then here's the new grid. So if a church was built after a town was kind of founded, it would probably have taken up one of the newer lots, and it makes sense that it is over here. We do kind of back up a little bit onto here. Okay, so let's just try and do a couple quick things because I did talk a lot in the intro. No, okay, so what we could do is we could bring it onto the other side here. And then we have a bit of a hill on the back end. I think that works a little bit better. But it is also facing east this way. Forget the orientation that they're supposed to be. But I think that works out really nicely. We'll get a couple paths around here. Let's just try to smooth out anything we can. Okay. And let's get the zoo path with decoration. Actually, no, without decoration. Let's turn off guidelines. Run it right beside here. I'm going to click in right here, and then I'm going to click in again right here. Now, hopefully that gives us an extra node, because otherwise I'm just going to have to add it in anyways, and that's okay with me. Didn't look like it gave us an extra node, so that's okay. So let's just do this. We'll add in a node. Right there, and then right there. And the reason why we needed to do that is because I want this one to be the same height as that. And then bring it out to about here, and this one's going to then slope down to terrain height. So then here we go again, the same height as that, bring it out to about here, then this one's going to swing down to about there. Okay, this one will need to just do that, and over here as well. All right. You know, I kind of like the idea of having green space around this. So why don't we leave the green space? Okay, we took out some residentials. We'll have to add that back in next episode. And you know, this is the first week where we're going to be going right back to to Fort Prairie. We're leaving behind Brockton County for a little while. So, oh, wrong thing. So that's it for today, folks. What did we do today? Well, we really focused on building up this area, this part of town. We got some of, like, a bit of the transitional districts down. You know, this tourism district really adds a good little hub here. It's right beside the government building. It's right beside the train station where they would probably come in if they were out of province. We added in a new metro stop right here, so now our metro system looks a little bit more comprehensive for the time being. Yeah, that looks nice. And we'll definitely get another stop over here and over here. Then we'll get some trams going as well. But I think that's for next week's episodes. I think next week what we'll do is I'll let the game sim a little bit. We'll probably focus again on something like we just did today, building up around the downtown core. And then we'll probably look at either the trams or maybe starting the campus area. But I think today's episode turned out pretty great. Let me know what you think. And let's do something like this for the screenshot. Let me back up a little bit. There we go. Have a lovely day, folks. Talk to you soon. Peace out.